Hello everybody, and in today's Nerd Talk, it's all about different microphones. Which microphone you can use in the studio. Let's imagine you have a home studio and you want to buy a microphone that works well for recording your guitars, for recording maybe some percussion, or for recording the main thing, the vocal, for podcasts, for singing, for whatever you want to do. You need a microphone where you say, okay, I have a specific budget and I want to invest it. So today, let's have a look. Right here in that studio, I have the AKG C414. And this microphone is literally a microphone that works on a lot of different things. Let's say you can use it for drum overheads, for acoustic guitars, for percussion, for vocals, for speaking. It's very, very, unique, and you have a very neutral sound on this one. And in this video, I will compare a few microphones. So we have right here as well a $40 microphone. This microphone is literally something like almost $900. And then we have like a microphone that is at the moment at $2,400 on the market. It's a U87 from Neumann. And you see, there are different microphones. We can already check them today just by speaking into the microphone to find out whether there is a difference and how the difference is noticeable. And, for me, the most important thing for you is to show you there are tiny differences, but what is the main thing with a microphone. So let's switch the cameras so that we can have a closer look on the microphones. You see right here, I have a second one. This is the AKG C414, which is literally also a large condenser microphone. And this microphone literally has different patterns. Yeah, so it works like on 360 degree, like 180 degree, and you can change them all overall to have different settings of the microphone. So this makes the microphone very unique, and you can record like different kind of angles. You can use it for the drums. You can prevent spillover on other microphones. And, I really like it. I think if you go for your first high-end microphone, I would always recommend the AKG C414 because it has so many options and it can work on so many different tracks so that you can compare your music to. On the other hand, you have, of course, one of the bigger ones, which is already a flagship in almost every studio. This is the Neumann U87. And the U87 is like handcrafted in Germany by the German manufacturer Neumann. And this microphone is known for recording vocals, recording acoustic guitars, recording drums, recording like any kind of trumpets, recording strings. And this microphone is like the next level microphone that provides you a lot of flexibility with a lot of things. But what I can also tell you is, that not always every vocal works well on this U87. Because, the U87 sometimes doesn't work with vocals that are quite harsh, and you need to tilt the microphone more and more to let the vocals sound even more smooth. And it's the same with the AKG C414. Also, not every vocal works with the AKG C414, even when this microphone is very flexible and can be used for different sources. So that's my recommendation for you. So when you try a microphone, get a few different ones. Don't care about the price, like whether it's a 3K microphone or a $300 microphone, Finally, a $300 microphone can fit better than a $3,000 microphone to your personal vocal. So it really can make a huge difference because it's all about vibe. And, in the section also right here, we have a $40 microphone. And this $40 microphone you can buy on Amazon or on any other marketplace. A lot of different companies use it for licensing. You will find this kind of standard microphone anywhere. Right here, this is from a German manufacturer. I think right here it's from Fame. It's one of the German licensed brands. It's a $40 microphone. It's called the Studio CM1. It almost looks like the mini version of the U87. But also what I can tell you, with this microphone, I've recorded my first records when I was like 15 years old. And it even works. So when I hear today the records from almost 20 years ago, then I can tell you that this microphone did a great job, you know, and it was $40. Everybody can afford a $40 microphone without thinking about a huge investment. And let's check now, by just talking to the microphone, how they sound and what's the difference. So right here, you hear all the time the AKG C414, but how does it sound compared directly now to the $40 microphone? Let's check it out. You know, usually the lower priced microphones have, you know, sharper transients, and when you speak a lot into the microphone directly, you can have issues with sharp S noises or issues with the transients on the T, on the K, or something like that. So when you work with the cheaper microphones, it's always a good thing to tilt the microphone. You know, tilt the microphone backwards to have a better control on these transients. Sometimes you can also use the microphone to turn it like into another direction so that the direct energy is not directly on the membrane, you know, and you can do it with any microphone. So when we now switch again to the C414, let's check how is the sound difference. So what we can do now is switch back to the $40 microphone, and then we can switch back to another microphone, the U87 from Neumann, to hear a difference right here. The little version of the U87, you see it already by the size. There's a different size compared to it, but a similar look. So now let's compare it. When I switch on the U87, I have it like in the 180-degree mode on here, so that we can compare this microphone, because the little one right here just has the standard setting of 180 degree. So let's go for the U87. And right here, you should already notice a different sound. You know, also right here, the question is, you most of the time have a little bit more low end, and the mids are sometimes a little bit more detailed, and that can make a difference, you know, but it doesn't have to be better for a dedicated vocal, because a vocal that is maybe very mid heavy, then you won't be like very happy with the sound of a U87 from Neumann. And sometimes you think, okay, maybe the AKG is better because it has a different frequency range on the recording pattern, and maybe it fits better to the voice. But right here, you know, it's a rock solid microphone for sure. You can do a lot of stuff. You can use it as your island microphone to record the guitars, the vocals, the drums. And yeah, so if you go for a setting and your voice as a singer or as a producer, where you say, okay, I work with specific artists and I want to have a high level of, you know, matching voices to my microphone, I think this would be a great choice to make like an investment for your studio, because, you know, it's a microphone that a lot of people use. But if you say, I don't want to spend so much money directly on the microphone itself, because I want to split my amount on the preamp or on a converter, then you should think about, hey, why I can't just buy the AKG C414, because it's a great microphone as well. And for sure, guys, there are records where I prefer the AKG C414 for singers. And then, you know, you don't need super expensive microphone, because really the situation itself decides about the microphone. Let's switch on the AKG C414 to have the final difference between these two microphones on that price level. So for me, I use this microphone a lot for the podcasts, for the studio talks, but mainly when I do recordings with it, I have these AKG C414 mainly for recording my pianos in the studio. And what I also love is recording percussion, drums, acoustic guitars with these ones, because I can set them up in stereo and make a great stereo record with these two microphones. And you know, that's my main use of these ones: podcast, vocals, acoustic guitars, and so on. So guys, let me know, what are your thoughts about microphones? How do you select your microphone? And what is your next step for your studio when you're a producer in your home studio, and which microphone you want to invest in? Write it down in the comments and let's see whether we can help you, and see you in the next video.